Did you know that according to Chinese medicine, the winter season is governed by the water element? A succession of recent storms and floods has certainly been a reminder of this ancient idea. The water element is more predominant in some of us more than others, and is certainly a great part of my own constitution.
Well, it's certainly a very, very wet day.
I love being out in the rain. I'm a keen swimmer, and I've even been out kayaking in recent weeks.
I think we've got enough supplies.
Winter is connected to both the emotion of fear and our sense of hearing. Perhaps it is no coincidence that we mark All Hallows Eve or Halloween during this time, and the darker nights traditionally inspired the fireside telling of ghost stories. Throughout my years of walking, I've noticed the winter brings a kind of silence to my countryside home, something perceptible between the rushing of a bitterly cold wind as the winds gather before the rain falls, and beyond the distant noise of the everyday. Now is a time of listening, of inviting silence and stillness deep within us. I found that by following nature's path throughout the year, everything has a place. And if we give some space to emotions like fear, it can be acknowledged rather than being a feeling we try to turn and run from. In one of his well-known guidebooks, beautifully illustrated by his own hand, Lancashire-born fellwalker and author Alfred Wainwright once asked, "What was it that makes a person head off on a long and often challenging hike?" It's beautiful. As far as I know, he didn't draw any conclusion, but instead invited every hiker to answer this question for themselves.
It's nice, I like it here. I like it. I think at some point I'd like to make friends with the trees.
On this particular day, Wainwright's question is running through my mind as I head up the lane towards an old Roman road leading over the fells.
Right, let's go and take a seat somewhere. So I got my little stool from a thrift shop, a little charity shop in town. So it's great just to put in my rucksack, and then I can sit and have a brew, have a cup of tea in the middle of a forest. There's a point when I head out on a walk on my own that my mind kind of wanders and it goes through all kinds of things, and then I just reach a threshold. I reach a point where I leave all of that behind, and then I'm just faced with myself. So I think it's really good for that, developing that relationship with yourself.
I sense two feelings stirring strongly within me, loneliness and fear, that I've come to know well over the years. It's as if by heading out, the day-to-day layers are stripped away, and I'm walking through my own inner landscape.
So there is something about forests in fairy tales which represented the unconscious, kind of going into one's fears. We think about Hansel and Gretel and Red Riding Hood, people that had to make perilous journeys into the forest, or that Russian story, the Baba Yaga. There's always like a witch. I'm getting a bit creeped. There's always like a witch or some scary thing to be overcome in a forest, and to come out of that, or getting lost, or something mysterious got a new hat as well. Got a new hat for the winter. Stop my hair from blowing about, won't it? Got a persimmon as well. I love these, they're so seasonal.
I nearly changed my mind and turned homewards back to the comfort. But I tell myself that by being with these feelings, just holding them may be a good thing to do, to inspire their opposite, cultivating feelings of strength and courage. I wonder whether we each have one or more primary emotions that we habitually experience, directing our actions and the way we see and engage with the world. And do these emotions remain the same, like the flow of water along a river, only responding to the shifting landscape of our life? Or can they change? As I closed the farm gate behind me and turned away from the wild wintering moorlands, I was glad to return home and make our week's supply of keto bread. I've so often found bread making as a soothing thing to do, and so I've included the recipe for you below. I hope you keep warm and cozy. Please like, share and subscribe if you haven't already, and leave your thoughts below. See you soon. Much love.